Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Horizons review series. Today we are reviewing episode 10. Let's get started and I hope you enjoy. So following up from last week, arriving in Paldea and visiting Lico's dad Alex, we are now heading to Artisan to meet up with Brassius, the gym leader. It's so cool, we're finally fully diving into a lot of Paldea stuff and it's adding a lot of life to the series. Artisan looks amazing, just like in the games. It has this whole art and sunflora theme, with Brassius being an artist. But before meeting Brassius we have Nemona, and this was such a perfect debut for her character. They captured her personality so well. She's shown to be beating up some rookie trainers when we first see her, and then straight away she tells Roy and Lico when trainers' eyes lock they must battle. But it turns out she was heading to see Brassius anyway, so they all go there together, and Lico realises that she is the champion tier trainer Nemona, so Lico already knows about her. There's a moment where Nemona is telling Roy to enter the gym challenge and become a champion rank trainer, where she's literally grabbing hold of the lad and shaking him by the collar, which was hilarious. I just think they nailed her character so well in this episode. We meet Brassius and I didn't really expect this type of story from him. It's similar to last week with Lico being really anxious about possibly leaving the crew and how they dived into that. Again, they dive into mental health with Brassius and his slump. He's not really feeling his art, he's smashing it up. He's not in a good place and he storms off when Roy mentions the Black Rayquaza. This leads to everyone trying to cheer him up, which I thought they handled really well. Everyone went to gather up some Sunflora to try and make him smile. So this is just like the gym challenge, they managed to fit that into the story in a really cool way, to cheer Brassius up and make him open up about the Black Rayquaza. And just like Nemona, they handled Brassius really well in this episode, going over his artist block and also just seeing his home, the little decorations, the things he's made, even down to the cups that they're all drinking from. He's also a massive fan of Alex and his work, so there was just so much to love about his character. He shows them a massive statue of the Black Rayquaza that he made, and it turns out that he made this before he even saw one. And then when he did see it, eventually it made him realise that his art isn't as good as the real thing. It really reminded me of the episode from Orange Island about the Crystal Onyx, this guy who hates his sculptures because they don't capture the real essence of the Crystal Onyx. And that's similar here with Brassius and his work, and after he saw the Black Rayquaza. But he tells them about this forest with Arboliver, and that is where they'll head next to look for Rayquaza. But before that, it is battle time because Brassius wants to see some fight from Roy. He wants to know what Roy has, and if he has what it takes to come face to face with Rayquaza. And this was really cool, technically our first gym battle in a very long time. Roy versus Brassius, Fuecoco versus Sudowoodo. I mean, it wasn't a proper gym battle really, but it was still nice to see. The animation was cool. Roy seems to have grown a bit more, using dodge a little more and using different combinations, but he was always going to lose this battle. Brassius was pretty much toying with him, but Fuecoco did learn a ground move, Stomping Tantrum, which was really cool. Roy actually has a bit more of an arsenal now in battle. But after this, Brassius wasn't messing around. He pulls out the Terrestrial Sudowoodo, turns into a grass type and finishes Roy off. It was just a really fun battle. So this episode was really cool. We got a lot. We tackled two different game characters who I think were both portrayed really good. Nemona in her general excitement for battling and this experienced trainer that Roy and Lico can lean on. Brassius, this artist who was struggling with his confidence, but when it came to battle he was really strong. Then the whole Sunflora theme throughout the town, the different Pokemon we saw like Smoliv and Dolive, who kept spraying this oil every time it was happy or sad. There was just so much to love about this one. It had a lot of life to it, and it shows off the Paldea region and what that is all about. Also, the cliffhanger at the end, they are going to this forest and this giant Pokemon is walking around, so we'll see what sort of dangers they're going to be walking into. But what an episode this was, really enjoyed it, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this one? What is your rating out of 10? Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.